Yo, what's going on? Open brother. Open brother. What's up? You know me. It's Colin. Colin Cummings, host of Open Brother. This is another podcast with just me. Sometimes I do that. I've been going hard at trying to get people onto the podcast, get men onto the podcast to talk about what they've been through and how they've been feeling. But I just wanted to get back to the whole, just talking to people because, you know, I think I've said it before. This is about getting men to open up and have those conversations about vulnerability, but then it's also about me opening up and being that example, if I can be. And what I've been going through lately is I've been feeling really unsure about shit. Like, not unsure. I gotta stop swearing too. I gotta stop swearing. I gotta stop grabbing my beard because I know you guys can hear that. Some things I gotta work on. I'm working on it. I'm a work in progress. I've been feeling unsure. Like, I got a lot of clarity in life. I do a lot of different things. I'm executing at a dare I say myself a high level, but I just been, you know what it is? I was in my coaching group, right? And I was telling my coach in the group everything I'm doing, and my coach hit me. And my coach probably watching this. Shout out to Oliver. What's going on, man? But he hit me with he heard I was doing all these things, and he was like, you know, what I'm hearing, because he was writing down all the things I was saying. He's like, I'm hearing that, doing all this stuff is you feeding into the story that you're not good enough. And he was right, you know? But it sucks to have someone be right about that, especially when you're doing so much, you know? To have someone be like, oh, you're compensating for not being good enough. But it's true. It's true. And then somebody else in the group, because we're doing like a hot seat type of thing. I'm gonna do this with my clients too, for sure. We're doing a hot seat type of thing, and then somebody else was like, he's like, yeah, sometimes when we do so many things, we do it because it it's a compensation, like I said, but then also it's like if we fail at one of the many things we're doing, it's okay. It's like, I do so much anyway. That's fine. It's fine that didn't work out. It's like it lessens the blow of failure. And I was like, this motherfucker's right. I was like, he's right. He's right. But I don't feel like that, right? But it is that. Like, I know it is. Because anytime something dwindles away, it's kind of like, well, I'm over here now, and then I'm over here, and then I'm over here, and then I'm over here, and then I'm over here. But if you focus on one thing, and then that thing fails, oh, that hurts. That hurts. Because it was the only thing you were going, when you leave yourself with no plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, when there's none of that, and then that one thing falls through, it's like, oh, where do I go now? What do I do? That was the thing I was going to do. That's how it feels, like as I'm saying it to you. But what are we always taught, right? There's that old saying that, let me turn that off. The old saying that if you burn the ships, you'll take the islands. It goes back to that olden times when people would ride up on boats. It's like the strongest generals or leaders would burn the ships and give the men no choice but to take this place. It's like, we have no way of leaving, so you have to take what's in front of you right now. But, like, think of that same analogy, and you don't burn the ships, but in fact, you have a car. You have not only a ship, you got a cigar boat, you got a yacht, you got some rafts, you got all sorts of stuff just sitting in the water. So then all of a sudden it becomes like, oh, well, it's okay if we don't take this island because we got so many options behind us. It's all good. You know, what kind of mentality would soldiers go into with that? And be a little more lackadaisical when things got hard. You could just be like, yo, let's turn back. We got, we got a boat. We got a big boat behind us with food on it. Let's go. And that's kind of what for me has been going on when I have all these things going on. So, I don't back down from challenges, right? Which is why I take on so many things. I don't back down from shit. I'm not backing down. And then one of the challenges was, as we were talking, was to I think it was to commit to something. It was an action plan, an action item to do. So for me, mine was I'm gonna cut 4 things, right? I'm gonna cut 4 things. So I cut 4 things, and it was hard and it was weird because I cut these things and I felt this relief. I was like, that's 4 things I don't have to do anymore. But then like the next day, I was like, but if I'm not doing those 4 things, like, this thing can lead to XYZ, and this thing can lead to, JFK, and this thing could lead to DBZ, and this thing can lead here and there. You know, I started feeling like this resistance, like, nah, I gotta do that one thing. Nah, I think I cut that thing off too quickly. I should have thought about that more. And then I'm having this like tug of war between this new me who's trying to focus, take responsibility, take accountability, and say, this is the thing that I'm focusing on. And this old me that's like, yo, let's just focus on a bunch of things, you know? And let some of those things fail. It's all good. Some of them fail. What's the problem? But it's like I was talking with my buddy, my boy, with my coach. We were talking about making room. Like, we're all meant to do something, right? And if you're doing a whole bunch of things, it's like it's good to try things. Good to try things. I've worked like 40 different jobs in my life. 40 dead end horrible jobs. 40 of them. But I know at least 40 things that I'm not meant to do. Cuz I tried. So it's worth it to try things, but you got to focus. You got to focus in because if we're doing too many things, the thing that we're supposed to do, we never make complete room for it. And, I don't know what that is for you, but for me, it's always been coaching. Like, maybe somebody might tell you different that knows me, but as far as I can see, any single time that I've been able to be an ear to somebody, be a sounding board, be a shoulder to cry on, you know, be somebody who could just sit and listen, sit and talk, work things out with people. That's what I do for my friends. That's what I do for people who don't even know me. There was a dude one time that was talking shit about me on Facebook, and then I private messaged him, and then he ended up opening up to me about all sorts of stuff. And I talked to him for literally 2 hours. I didn't have time to talk to him. And he was talking shit like he was being mean. He was being rude. And I still talked to him. And I still tried to help him out a little bit as much as I could, but like I always do that. So I know for me, the thing is coaching. The thing is mentorship. I know that. But when I'm doing all these other things, I don't leave enough room for that thing to grow. You know what I mean? It's like me and my boy Mike. Me and my boy Mike. Mike's like, Mike. Mike does a bunch of stuff, but he was growing some stuff in a hydroponic, aeroponic. Well, he'll kill me if I don't make that distinction. Aeroponic garden, vertical garden, and we were like, yo, let's grow some tomatoes, let's grow some peppers, let's grow some eggplants, let's grow some this, let's grow some broccoli. We picked like 12 things to grow, right? And it's like if we had a choice, we would have broccoli grow because broccoli is nutritious, right? But then as we started growing it in this tower, all of a sudden we realized the tomatoes are going crazy. The tomatoes are choking everything out. And I don't know, because I told them, I'm like, yo, we have to be able to make a salad out of what we grow. We can't make no tomato salad. So now we're sitting back and and now all of a sudden we have all this tomato growth and a couple peppers, and it's like, yo, what kind of salad is it gonna be? Where's the spinach? Where's this? Where's that? You know what happened to those other things? They got choked out. They got choked out. And now they're not growing as much. And the tomatoes are going crazy. But we didn't intend for the tomatoes to go crazy. You know, if I had the choice, I'd say broccoli. I want broccoli all day. Because I can take broccoli, I can put that in salad, I can put that next to my chicken, next to my steak, this, that. Broccoli. Make room for broccoli. But we didn't do that. We made room for everything. And now one thing's growing at 2, 3 things are growing out of control, and then the thing that I would have chose is getting choked out. I don't even think it's there. I think it died already. You know? And that's kind of how it is when we focus on a bunch of different things. You know? It's like something might grow. If you focus on a bunch of things, something will work out because you're a capable person, but the thing that is supposed to grow for you, the thing that would nurture your soul the best, that thing might get choked out. So it's always good to try things, like I said, but it's good to try, give things room to breathe, give things room to grow. I didn't do that. But now I have the chance to, so I'm going to. Just, yeah, I figured I'd just open up about that. So right now I'm just like in this transition where it's like if you look at my Instagram, I put it to life coach. Because it's like, I don't want to choke out the life coaching. I want to coach. I want it to be simple for people. I want people to understand that that's what I do. That's what I am. That's the only way that's going to happen. And then what happened when I put that in my bio? Did like my world suddenly change? Not really, but kind of. Because then I got a message from somebody. They're like, hey, I see you're a life coach. I was just wondering, wanted to set up an appointment. I'd pay you for your time. If I kept posting about clothing and this and that and that and this, maybe that person wouldn't know me as a life coach. Maybe they would have went to my Instagram and been confused because this guy's doing 10 different things, right? So yeah, things shift, things change slowly though. But it was just funny to feel that resistance in myself when I cut those things loose. It was really funny to feel that resistance. I felt really shitty. I was like, I need those other things. I literally started thinking, I need those other things, but I don't need those other things. Not in reality. But I need them if I feel like I'm not good enough. If I feel like I'm not good enough, then I definitely need those things. But now that I'm not doing these 4 things, and it's going to turn to 5, I'm going to cut another thing. Now all of a sudden, I have room for the life coaching. So this week I'm going to be able to set up that appointment, right? And then what else do I have room for? Something I've always wanted to do my whole life. Ever since I was, 15 years old. But I never felt good enough as a man because I wasn't sober. I was doing some wild things in the street. I was involved in a lot of wild stuff. So I'm now I have room to contact the Big Brother program, right? I got room now. Now if they say, hey, there's a kid and you got to see him, XYZ, whatever, now I have room to do it. And what did I say just a few minutes ago? My thing is mentorship and coaching. So what am I going to be able to do? Mentor, coach, of course. That's how it works. When you make room for that, I don't even know how to put it. When you make room for yourself, you start to grow. You know? So I would say, don't grind yourself out of what you could be. You know what I mean? Don't grind yourself out of what you could be, because you can probably be something pretty amazing, right? So I was just thinking about that. But this video's been going on pretty long. I'll cut it here. You know, another episode of the Open Brother Project. I have no idea what I'll call this one. I'll just call this one Opening Up. Maybe I'll just do that. Open Brother Project, Opening Up, number 1. I don't know. But I got to do more stuff like this, right? Because the goal of this podcast, the goal of this project is to enable men to open up more, to be more vulnerable, to share what's going on inside of them, what's going on inside their lives. So, hopefully I did that for somebody. I'm out. Peace.